All right, let's get started. Close your device. Close your devices. All right, hi. So, we talked about supply and demand, yes? What is supply and demand? Alex, what's supply and demand?
Can move the front. I want to see more closer.
I don't know. It's up to Mr. Daniel. Yes.
I want to like see more closer. I cannot see very well.
I guess you can sit next to Harold for today. Okay, I will talk with Mr. Daniel later, okay? All right, so, supply and demand. Supply and demand, what is it?
Need.
Sorry?
Need.
Need? You have to specify. What is need?
Like when someone wants something
Yep.
or demand goes higher.
What does that mean? We need something means we demand something, right? Okay. So we draw a graph. You guys always draw a graph, okay? Visual representation helps you guys to know this. Okay? So, what's this one?
Demand.
Not demand.
Supply.
This is supply. Always label it. Okay? We use a small number to indicate which one. This is really important. Do you guys know why? Because when we start adding multiple supplies, it's important to know the order of how they go up or down. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. So, this one is supply. Okay? Now, which one is demand? What's demand look like?
This way.
Downward sloping.
Downward. Good. Okay? We also are going to label this 0. Okay? Now, I want to ask you guys, does the graph always look like this?
No.
No? When would the graph look differently?
When this equals.
Sorry?
When this equals the
Yes. What else?
when this shift into the right or something.
Yes. But what about the angles? So right now I drew it like this, but when does the line change? Do we know?
Degree of elasticity.
Good. Does anyone else know what that is? No? Okay, let's start where everyone else is at. Do you guys know what elasticity is?
Yes.
What's elasticity?
Like change in price. How that affects.
How it affects what?
Change in price.
How it affects what?
Supply or demand.
But what's it affect? Okay, are you ready? Are you ready for this? Alright. Sui, you have a car, okay? You have a car. You must be very popular driving a car around. Okay? Now your car takes a certain amount of gas to fill up the gas tank, right? You guys familiar with that? A gas tank?
Yes.
Okay? You have the lines. It's like 1/2 full, empty, right? And so your gas tank reads a certain part, right? Now, if you need to drive to school every day, do you need to use a certain amount of gas every day? Yes, right? Every day. So does me raising the price from, I don't know, $5 to $7 change the amount of gas that you need to drive your car? No. You understand? So what does that mean? So it doesn't move. It's like a rubber band. You guys know what a rubber band is? Elastic? It stretches, right? But can you do the same thing with a rope? No. So a rope is not elastic, but a rubber band is. Meaning that when we look at the supply and demand, right? if the price increases, right? The price increases. Okay? What happens? So as the price increases, the demand drops, right? The quantity here you guys understand so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So when the price increases, the amount of quantity drops. Okay, this is a normal graph. But let's take gasoline, right? So the demand looks like this right now, but what if we turn the graph like this? So it would look something like this versus like this. Does that make sense? So the straighter it is, the more inelastic it is. Do you guys understand that? So let's redraw the graph. So remember, the bottom one, the x-axis, is quantity, right, that we buy from the demand side, right? So let's not even take a look at supply right now, but let's just look at the demand. If the price increases by $10, so it goes from 5 to 10, the quantity right here doesn't change very much. We might buy a little bit less because it's a little bit more expensive, but we won't buy none, right? Because we still need it. But how about candy bars? What about candy bars? Do you guys think it's inelastic like gasoline? No? So how should we draw the line for demand, for elastic demand? What do you guys think? Horizontal? Perfectly horizontal? Yeah. So the line is not going to be more vertical, it'll be more horizontal. So what does that mean? So, for example, let's go like this. So we have Q1 and we have Q2. Okay, we'll say this is at $1 and this is at $5. Okay. Alright. Do you guys see the difference? So it's a much larger jump in quantity that we buy. So this could be, for example, at Q1 you buy 20 candy bars, and at Q2 you buy like 5, as an example. Okay? So we have a 15 difference, right? You guys understand? Okay. So, why does this matter? Why do we care about this? Anybody? Why do we care about it? Yes, Jace.
The sensitivity on the price decrease or increases that affects demand or supply.
It does. Yeah. Now, when do we decide to raise our prices and when do we lower our prices? What do you guys think? Is it purely just on demand itself?
Like when our profit is lower than the money we used to make it, then we should lower the price. And opposite, we should
So this is perfect. I want to go into a segue for this.
Sure.
So, you guys familiar with consumer and producer surplus? If not, we'll take a look at it. Okay. Alright. So, this is called market equilibrium. So what does that mean? That means supply meets demand at a certain point on the graph. Okay? Whatever that is a perfect price for the market, because if we raise the price, then we're losing out on customers, right? Of people that could potentially buy it. And if we lower the price too much, then the overall value, we lose as the producer, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like the difference between 70 cents versus $1 for a candy bar. As a consumer, we don't really see the difference in significance of the value of the 30 cents, but a producer does. So let's say for intents purposes, this is $10. Okay? So, this top part is what? What do you guys think? It's a surplus of what? So let's say this is $20. Okay? And let's say we're talking about t-shirts. If I sell a t-shirt for $20, who benefits?
Sellers.
The sellers. They make a lot of money, right? Whereas the consumer is like, wow, this is really expensive. I don't know why I'm paying this much money for this t-shirt. Does that make sense? And if you find a t-shirt that is $5, right? As a consumer, you're like, yeah, I got a really good deal, right? But the producer is like, I'm not making much money on this, right?
Yeah.
And if someone is not making money on it, what do they do with the supply? The supply decreases. Does that make sense? Because if you're not making money on it, why make it? Does that make sense? So, this part of the graph, right here, this is called producer surplus. Okay? And this part is consumer surplus. Okay? Now this is really important, right? Why is this really important? What do you guys think? Why is it important to know the difference in the percentage of the value that both sides are getting on the deal? Do you guys feel like deals should be fair? Yeah, why should they be fair? What do you think?
Because so people who is buying and people who are selling can both benefit.
That is true. Alright, now we're going to take a look at something. Alright, so what would happen if we sold the price, instead of $10, we sell it for 15? The market equilibrium is saying it's at 10. Are people going to buy it? Yes, some people will buy it. What ends up happening? This part of the market disappears. Okay? Do you guys understand?
Yeah.
So you're actually losing out on money because you're losing out on a market that you could have sold something to someone. But, does this make sense? Does it?
No.
Does it make sense to raise the price? In what case would we want to raise the price or lower the price? What do you guys think? What case would we want to raise or lower the price?
Depends on like how many customers are buying it.
So based on demand. So this is our demand curve, right?
Yeah.
And so based on the price, we go